Hi, I'm James Sloan, and I've put this video together after about a 10-year study in an attempt to inform unwary people of the effect that powerful magic can have on people's health and daily function. This powerful magic, witchcraft, and wizardry can be dangerous, even deadly, to the people these forces are being concentrated on. For the most part, the people using these powers handle themselves in much the same way as Middle East terrorists. They strike with little warning at unwary and unknowing people, and are a serious threat to freedom-loving people everywhere. These forces have infiltrated and occupied high places in government and corporate leadership. One example I hear in northeast Oklahoma is a group of construction workers that refer to themselves as a construction battalion. This construction battalion has a bad habit of setting up their work sites to further the movement of these demonic forces, well, to inflict great pain and suffering on persons such as myself and other simple-minded people. Things such as acid indigestion, insomnia, rapid heart rates, anxiety attacks, sinus and allergy problems, sexual dysfunction, and even death. All these are examples of problems that can be inflicted on others by those who direct the flow of these powerful forces that they refer to as magic. I've had enough of their onslaught and have a few examples of ways to defend yourself from these forces that will be of interest to others. These methods are simple, readily available, and physically quite harmless. I'm not promoting violence at all here. However, I do believe in self-defense in the face of it. These forces can be peacefully fought with electronic countermeasures, certain healthy diet and eating habits, along with a technique I call psychokinetic equilibrium rotation. There are electromagnetic forces that set up around any device with electricity flowing through it. These electronic characteristics often culminate into an RF signal that the human ear can't hear, but they can be seen by the eye in something like a television set or an oscilloscope. Also, these signals can be picked up by a simple AM/FM radio set and transformed into an audible sound. Here's an example. A simple Nokia 6010 cell phone with a liquid crystal display lit transmits a silent signal that can be picked up by my AM radio. The liquid crystal display on a laptop computer generates a similar signal. Notice the TV screen flicker as I strike an arc with a welder. You can't hear that signal, but the television picture is affected by it. These RF signals transmitted can be used to confound, confuse, and effectively jam the capabilities of powerful demonic forces in motion. I've seen whole groups of people in the Grand Lake area of Oklahoma affected by these RF signals to the point of almost panic when their mystical powers hit this electronic phenomenon. I carry my cell phone under my hat. I know where it's at that way. And the signal generated is constant, so when these magic practitioners concentrate their power on me, I've got that defensive power from my cell phone closest to where it does the most good, and that's my head. I've got a handheld pocket tape recorder wired to produce electronic feedback by running a direct connection between the microphone jack and the headset jack. Then I push the record button. Wired this way, you can't hear the electronic squeal until you place it near an AM radio. To use this, you'll need a tape recorder that you can plug in an external mic to hear yourself talking in an earphone. I've used this under my hard hat as a truck driver. I've had enough people complain about this that I once had the highway patrol tail me for about 30 miles between Tulsa and Oklahoma City one day trying to catch me transmitting an illegal radio signal of some kind. They couldn't pick up a signal in their equipment, so they left me alone. So I was using that trick to fight going to sleep at the wheel, found it pretty effective. I've used the welder signal to fight rapid heartbeat and anxiety attacks. When I notice my heart rate picking up for no apparent reason, I strike an arc with the welder, and generally my heart rates begin to return to normal within about 10 minutes. I've come to the conclusion that powerful magic is at the root of these health problems and have observed evidence to support that in many places. As a professional pilot with 2,000 hours, I've held an active flight instructor rating for 10 years with commercial, instrument, and multi-engine qualifications. Many illusions and sensations can be experienced by a pilot in flight. Some of these sensations can lead to spatial disorientation or vertigo. These sensations of the inner ear and brain can be practiced to inflict great confusion, disorientation, and even vertigo on powerful, magic practicing people that want to concentrate and force their powers on others. For a pilot in flight, an abrupt condition, or more like an abrupt correction of a bank attitude, can create the sensation of a bank in the opposite direction. An abrupt head movement can create the sensation of rotation or movement in an entirely different direction. A steep turn or a rapid pull-up cause centrifugal forces to create G-forces that push the pilot down into his seat. This causes a sensation of blood and internal organs moving towards the feet. All these sensations are instinctively reacted to control movement and mobility. Confusion between what the body senses and what is actually happening can cause poor judgment, improper control inputs, and complete loss of control. In the world of real magic, people concentrating their power on their victims often sense their victims' equilibrium and thought processes, often to the point of depending on that person's equilibrium for their own well-being. This is a dangerous pitfall. This telepathic connection can be used almost like a rope to manipulate the balance and mobility of the magic practicer. One way to start learning these psychotelekinetic equilibrium techniques is to sit in a chair, close your eyes. Now imagine you're in a boat. It's sort of like on a lake with light waves, rocking the boat from side to side, sometimes forward and back. Close the eyes and kind of pay attention to how your head feels inside. You may begin to experience a sensation of water sloshing from side to side, back and forth. Now imagine walking across your yard with a tub of water in your arms. As you move forward, the water in the tub moves backwards. Once you've accelerated to walking speed, inertia moves the water forward, slamming to the front of the tub, maybe causing you to pick up your step a little bit to keep the water from spilling out. The driver of a tank truck out there can relate to the same principle with a loaded tanker. Many of the sensations you experience, especially with your eyes closed, are born of the inner ear and the brain. With a little thought and practice, these effects on your own equilibrium can be telekinetically transmitted back to persons on some wavelengths that are directing their power toward you. The sensations you experience can become very confusing and dangerous to these people. I've seen people refuse to leave a chair for fear of falling on their face. I've seen one woman, a top executive for a major trucking company out of Fort Smith, Arkansas, fall completely down in the floor from the confusion. Certainly many automotive and aircraft crashes can be attributed to people who just didn't know which way was up. The phenomenon of vertigo is a condition that can be experienced by even the most powerful of magic practicing people. In this short video, I've touched on some of the basics of trying to defend yourselves. These magic practicing people are vicious, blood-sucking animals and need to be controlled. These tips are all fairly simple, readily available, and physically quite harmless, but very effective. There are forces of magic working on several levels that I've classified as high level, medium level, and low level. High and medium level forces can be effectively dealt with by electronic countermeasures and equilibrium manipulation. Some forces on medium and low level capability may need to be dealt with internally with the use of certain healthy herbal and wild foods such as golden seal or wild lettuce. I've had magic practitioners turn their power away from me after eating wild lettuce and golden seal. I've used this to fight churning gas bubbles and growling stomach. I can fight acid indigestion and stomach bloat by eating salted in the shell sunflower seeds. Just take the seeds, pop a handful in your mouth, crack them with your teeth, spit out the hulls, and eat the nuts. This causes saliva production that reaches the stomach, causing better and quicker digestion of food. Excessive eating and inadequate chewing of food is also a contributing factor in acid indigestion and bloat. Certainly, I've only scratched the surface of magic-induced health problems, and there are those people who have legitimate, serious health conditions that would require experienced medical professionals to treat their illnesses. But there are those out there that are just simply victims of very powerful forces that they just can't see coming.